Welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review, and welcome back to another installment of the Marvel Studios, the Infinity Saga, the Infinity Gauntlet. And of course, this is Thanos' Gauntlet. I am working on stages 32 through 36. This is part of pack number 8 I just received in the mail. Fantastic here. We'll finish up with the index finger. We have 2 more stages for the index finger, and then we have 3 stages for the forearm. So let's look at the parts. Stage 32, the index finger. Stage 33, once again the index finger. Stage 34, the forearm. Stage 35, the forearm. And lastly, stage 36, once again, more forearm. Let's get started. Let's look at 32's magazine. Once again here, the saga of the Gauntlet, the 2 destinies united. And moving forward here, we'll just go through this real quick. List of the comic books there. And of course our index finger number 9, part 9 there, where we continue to build with that. And there we go. Okay. Let's look at the parts. Here's the parts for 32. Let me take this out. We'll get a closer look. And here's our index finger. This is the cover for it. Very nice plated metal. Brass plating there. Looks good. Our O2 screws, I believe. These are the ones that go into plastic. And the cover for the screw there. Here's our parts list. Once again, we received some more O2 screws. Here's the assembly. Going to put the panel down, put the screw into it, and put the cover on it. Now here's a close-up of that O2 screw. You can see it's self-threading that goes into plastic. To be honest, I had a hard time getting these screws to go into that plastic, and you may have noticed I did use saliva to help it along. I am using the largest screwdriver, which is the PH1, and I highly recommend it, and you can find that in my store. Now, instead of to continue using saliva, I went ahead and I'm going to use soap and water. So this is some Dawn dishwashing soap and some water. I mixed it up real good, and I'm going to use that on my screw. So this is very handy here, right? We just take and pump it until I get some water, soap and water out. And then I can just simply dip the screw into it, just like that. And that will help me get that screw into the plastic. And it's not like using oil. You definitely do not want to use oil for this. It could be very detrimental to the plastic. This is ABS plastic, and it's a stronger plastic, but still the oil would be very detrimental to that plastic and its properties. Let's roll here. So I bring over my index finger, and this first panel is going to go right down here on top, just like that. And this one didn't get weathered as much. See, it's more shinier, kind of odd. And now I'll go ahead and put my screw into it, my O2 screw. And like I said, a little bit of soap and water to help it along. And there we go. That's better there. That's tight. And we'll take our cover. We'll put that down on top. And there you go. That looks good there. That's all I do with stage 32. Let's head over and do stage 33. Now let's continue with stage 33. The Son of Thanos. Moving along here real quickly so you have an idea on what the magazine looks like. And our build instructions, we're simply going to do as we did before. We're going to put that last cover on the forefinger. That's what it will look like. Looking good. Excellent. Bring over the parts. And here's the parts there. I'll take this out. We'll get a closer look. And once again, O2 screws. The cover for this screw, which is plastic. And here's our metal piece here for the forefinger. This one looks to be a little more weathered. Nice plating there. Let's get started. And here's our parts we received. Looks good there. Same thing, I'm going to put the cover on, put the screw into it, and put the cover on the screw. Alright, so bring over the forefinger, and we're going to put this panel on it. And with the little raised edge there, that's going to go on top. And we're going to slide that down. Just like that. That looks good. I dipped it in my soap and water. And I'm going to screw it down all the way. And there we go. It's in all the way. Then we'll take and put the cover on it. Perfect. That's how that looks there. Forefinger is complete. Did a lot of work there with that. 10 stages in all to build this. And that's what it looks like. Fantastic. Some fingerprints there I'm trying to get off. Okay. And there you go. So that completes stage 33. Let's get started on the forearm, stage 34. Here's the magazine for 34. And be looking at the Infinity Abyss. And I know in this stage we don't do any assembly, so we'll just look over the magazine here and we'll look at the parts. So at the center of the forearm, this is part 1. Once again, Rick Jones, the Ultimate Fan. Pretty cool there. And that right there. Let me get the parts. Here's the parts for 34. Let me take this out. We'll get a closer look. And here it is. Nicely plated metal part there. Already weathered. Looks good. Alright, that's all we do here. Like I said, we're going to actually assemble this in the next stage, in stage 35. So let's head over and do stage 35. Here's stage 35. This is the second part of our center forearm. Look at the magazine here, the end of the Marvel Universe. Moving on there. Very cool articles here. Just having all the information built into these magazines makes it great, I think. And then here's our parts. And we're going to put these two parts together, the parts we received with this and 34. So 35 and 34 to go together. That's what it will look like. And it looks great. Let's look at the parts. Here's the parts for 35. Let's get a closer look. And here's a close-up of 35. This is the other part of that forearm, the center forearm as they call it. Very nicely plated. Can you hear that? The sound of freedom. I live about 25 miles from Davis Monthan Air Force Base. Wow. Excellent. And some 01 screws. These are used for metal. So definitely you want to have your 3-in-1 oil ready for this. Okay. And get our part from 34, and that's this right here. We're going to lay the part from 35 right there on top. And that's what that looks like there. Just simply going to go down on that. put 3 screws into this, 3 of the 01 screws, 1, 2, and 3. And I'll put the middle one in first until it's tight. There we go. All the way until it's tight. That looks good there. And good there. That's how that looks. All 3 are in. And there you go. That's how that looks there. Looks great. Now we're going to attach another piece to this, and that will be stage 36, the final stage for this. So let's head over and do the final stage, stage 36. Let's look at the magazine for the final stage, stage 36 here. Return of the Gems. And it's unusual, we did not get any articles from the movie, just all the comic book stuff here. But that's okay. And then part 3 of the center forearm. That's what that looks like. Very simple to assemble this so far. Looking good. And that. Let me get the parts. I'll be right back. And here's the parts for 36. I'll take this out. We'll get a closer look. Some more 01 screws. And here's our part. Metal. Plated. Brass plated there. Already weathered. It looks great. Wow. It's going to be a heavy piece, I can tell you that. This part is pretty heavy. It's pretty thick. Let's get started. Alright, we'll grab our part that we assembled in the previous 2 stages, and that's that right there. And this is our new part that we just got, and that's simply just going to go down on top of here. There's 3 parts that it inserts in, and just like that. We're going to put 3 01 screws into this. 1, 2, and 3. And that's good. Looks great. All 3 screws are in. That's how that looks there. Wow. It's impressive. Very heavy too. Very heavy. I'll be back. And that completes pack 8 of the Thanos Gauntlet. Fantastic here. This is a blast to build, and it's going to be very big indeed. Just the 4-finger alone. Wow. Very impressive. So that was pack 8, like I said. Right now you can only get this from FanHome. I subscribe to it and I'm paying for it myself. I am not sponsored with this build, but that's fine. They sponsor me with other kits, and I have to tell you their customer service is second to none. They do a great job there. Head over to FanHome and subscribe to this today. If you enjoy my series here, please let me know in the comments down below, and I appreciate everybody who subscribes to my channel. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe to my channel and smash that like button. Lets me know that you enjoy my videos. With that, happy modeling everybody, and take care.